Long ago, in a lively kingdom in West Africa surrounded by green hills and flowing rivers, there lived a wise king named Oba Adeyemi. His palace stood proudly at the center of the land, painted in bright colors and topped with golden palm leaves that shone under the sun. The king had 3 daughters, and no two were alike. The first was Adunni, the eldest. She loved beautiful things and admired herself often. Gold, jewels, and grand dreams filled her thoughts. The second daughter, Folake, was sharp and intelligent. She spoke well and thought quickly, but she too loved fine clothes, silver ornaments, and the attention that came with wealth. The youngest daughter was Ife. She was calm, humble, and kind. She found happiness in simple moments. She helped villagers, cared for the sick, and spoke gently to everyone she met. As the years passed, King Adeyemi grew old and weak. His beard turned white, and his strength faded. One afternoon, beneath a large baobab tree in the palace courtyard, he called his daughters to his side. He wanted to test their hearts before choosing husbands for them. "My daughters," he said, "tell me how much you love your father." Adunni stepped forward, her gold bracelets clinking. "Father, I love you as much as gold and diamonds. You are more precious than any treasure in the land." The king smiled and nodded. Then Folake came forward. "Father, I love you as much as silver and priceless jewels. You are richer than all the treasures in your kingdom." The king smiled again and turned to Ife. She stepped forward quietly. "Father," she said, "I love you as much as salt." The king's face darkened. "Salt," he shouted. "That common thing people buy for almost nothing? Is that how little you value me?" Before Ife could explain, the king grew angry. He ordered her to leave the palace at once. Adunni and Folake would marry rich princes, but Ife was sent away with nothing. With tears in her eyes but dignity in her heart, Ife left the palace. She walked long roads and passed through forests and villages. Along the way, kind people helped her. A farmer fed her. An old woman taught her healing herbs. Travelers shared their stories. Each kindness made her stronger. One day, in a peaceful village near a river, Ife met a man named Kunnel. He was a hard-working farmer, honest and kind. He admired her gentle spirit, and soon they fell in love. They married simply, with laughter, music, and joy. Their home was small, but it was filled with warmth. Together, they worked the land. Ife used what she had learned on her journey, and their farm grew prosperous. Their children grew up happy and strong. Back at the palace, Adunni and Folake lived very different lives. Though married to wealthy men, their hearts were empty. One lived with a cold husband who loved gold more than her. The other lived under constant control and jealousy. Surrounded by riches, they were still unhappy. Years later, Kunnel and Ife hosted a great harvest feast. Leaders from many lands were invited. Among the guests was King Adeyemi, now old and full of regret. He came in disguise, hoping to see the world beyond his palace. Ife prepared the feast herself. The tables were filled with beautiful food, but she added no salt. When the guests began to eat, complaints filled the air. "The food looks good but tastes empty," Adunni said. "Something important is missing," Folake added. Then Ife stepped forward. "Without salt," she said gently, "even the best food has no meaning." That is how love works too. It is not about shine or riches. It is about what sustains life. The king realized the truth. He removed his disguise, tears in his eyes, and embraced Ifit. "My daughter," he said, "forgive me. Your love was the greatest of all." The family reunited, and the kingdom changed. The sisters learned humility. The king ruled with wisdom. And the people remembered the lesson forever. Because true love, like salt, may seem simple, but without it, nothing truly matters. If this story gave you goosebumps, drop a like. Comment your favorite part or the African folktale you want next. And subscribe with notifications on so you never miss another powerful story.